This conference will now be recorded.
Hello to everyone. I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to talk about expressions and formulae. The lesson objective is collecting like terms, expanding brackets, and factorizing terms. Collecting like terms, it means like when we have to find similar things. Look at an example. 3 apples plus 2 apples is equal to 5 apples. Here we know that apples is the common thing, and it doesn't matter which constant number we have before. And as you see here in this expression, 3a plus 2a is equal to 5a. It means like they are common and they are similar. That's why we can add them. What about the next one? Here we have 3 apples and 2 bananas. And as you can see, sign not equal 5 apple bananas. We can say that if we will add 3 apples and 2 bananas, it will be 5 apple bananas. It's impossible. So let's do an example, and here we will understand everything clearly. In the first one, 5a minus 3b plus 6a minus 2b is equal to. How we can understand that it's equal to 11a minus 5b? Let's do it together. First of all, we can see that 5a and the same a we have here, it's 6a. Let's make them in the same color, 5a and 6a. But before I will do them like in the same color, the main thing which you have to know, always you have to look at the sign which you have before an expression, let's say like that, and a term. So 5a plus 6a will be 11a. The same thing will happen with another term. It will be negative 3b minus 2b. So negative 3 minus 2, it will be negative 5b. And again, as you can see, I tried to find the similar variables. 5a and 6a, variable is the same. Negative 3b and negative 2b, variable is the same, so I can collect them. But I can't write here, next step, like 11a minus 5b, it will be like 6ab. No, it's impossible. So this is your final answer. Let's talk about second one. Here we have here we have constant numbers. We have C, like variable, and we have D. What we can do, again, we see that constant number, it's negative 3, this one, and negative 5, this one. Negative 3 minus 5, it will be negative 8. Now let's talk about C. We have positive 7C, and we have positive 4C. Positive 7C plus 4C, it will be positive 11C. Also we have D, negative 3D plus D. Just D, it means like 1. Before D, we have coefficient 1, but we don't need to write it. That's why just D. So negative 3D plus D, it means like negative 3 plus 1 will be negative 2D. Example C. Here we have some powers. The main thing here, again guys, if you wanted to collect the terms where you will have powers, you don't need to add the powers or increase the power. It was x squared till the end, it will be x squared, because there is addition and subtraction, not multiplication and division. That's why here we have common 8x squared and negative 3x squared. Again, let's make them in the same color, negative 3x squared. So 8 minus 3x, 8x squared, I'm so sorry, minus 3x squared will be 5x squared, not 5x to the power of 4 and something else. No, or just 5 because x squared and x squared goes on. No, 8x squared, it means like 8 apples minus 3 apples will be 5 apples. It doesn't matter that in the previous examples it was just C, D, A, B, etc. without any power. No, the same thing happens with the variables, with the powers. Positive 11x is the next common term, and negative 9x. So positive 11x minus 9x, it will be positive 2x. And that's all actually. Next step, expanding the brackets. What does it mean? Expanding the brackets, it means like we have to multiply the elements or the digits, numbers, it doesn't matter, which we had before the bracket. We have to multiply this by each of the element which we have in the bracket. Like in example A, k multiplied by k plus 2 in the brackets. Between k and k plus 2 in the brackets, we have sign multiplication. You can see here, k multiplied by k plus k multiplied by positive 2. So k multiplied by k, we know that if we multiply the same elements or the same numbers, their powers should be added. So k multiplied by k will be k squared, and plus 2k, just 2k, because 2 multiplied by k will be 2k. Second example, negative 2 multiplied by 3p. Again, we have to multiply the digit which we have before the bracket by each of the elements which we have in the bracket. So negative 2 multiplied by 3p, as is written here, negative 6p. Negative 2 multiplied by positive 1 will be negative 2. That's why our answer will be negative 6p minus 2. The same happens here. 8 in the bracket, a plus 3. So what happens here? 8 multiplied by a, it will be 8a. 8 multiplied by positive 3, it will be positive 24. Next one, negative 5 multiplied by positive 3h, it will be negative 15h. Negative 5 multiplied by positive 6j, it will be negative 30j. Third one, negative 4 multiplied by positive e, it will be negative 4e. Negative 4 multiplied by negative 7, positive 28. We know that if we have to multiply two negative integers, answer will be positive. D, 3b multiplied by 2a. In this case, we can write 6ab because it's multiplication, not addition and subtraction. So 3b times 2a will be 6ab. Then 3b multiplied by positive 1, same, 3b. E, j multiplied by 2k, it will be 2jk. J multiplied by positive 4m will be 4mg. F, negative 6n multiplied by 3 will be negative 18n. Negative 6n multiplied by negative 7n will be positive 42 n to the power of 2. Why n squared? Because as you can see, negative 6n, we have the same variable, I mean n, and negative 7n, again the same variable. Negative 6 and negative 7 we can multiply. That's why our constant number is 42. But what about n and n? Yeah, if we have to multiply two variables, their powers should be added. That's why n squared. In this example, we have to expand and simplify. The same thing. Positive 5, we have to multiply by each of the element of this bracket, and positive 3, we have to multiply by each of the element of the second bracket. 5 multiply by 2a, it will be 10a. 5 multiply by negative 7, it will be negative 35. Positive 3, because as I said before, we have to look at the signs which we have before. Positive 3 multiplied by a will be positive 3a. Positive 3 multiplied by negative 1 will be negative 3. And right now, we can easily collect like terms. The same terms, it's 10a and 3a. They're similar. Again, I will do the same thing and positive 3a. 10a plus 3a, 13a. What about this one? Negative 35 and negative 3. Negative 35 minus 3 will be negative 38. Next example. Negative 2x multiplied by x. It will be negative 2x squared. Again, x times x. We have to add their powers. So negative 2x squared. Negative 2x times 3, positive 3. It will be negative 6x. Here, negative 4x, because we have minus before, negative 4x times 1, positive. It will be negative 4x. Negative 4x multiplied by negative x. Negative, negative, it makes positive. And 4 will be the same because we don't have any constant number before. X and x with the power 2. So 4x squared. Now we can have to collect them. Negative 2x squared is the same, similar, and positive 4x squared. Negative 2 plus 4. It makes positive 2x squared. Here, negative 6x, negative 4x. Negative 6 minus 4, it will be negative 10x. Okay, next, factorization. What means factorizing? For example, in the first one, we have 7x plus 14, and they ask us to factorize it. We have to look at the digits, at the numbers which we have. We have 7x plus 14. 7 and 14. What is the common factor for these two numbers? 7 and 14, both of them divisible by 7. That's why common factor is 7. We don't have any another variable. That's why we will write 7 before the bracket. And we will open the bracket. Then 7x divided by this 7 will be just x. 14 divided by 7 will be 2. And we can easily understand, is it right answer or no? Just use expanding the brackets. 7 multiplied by x, 7x. 7 multiplied by 2, 14. And the main rule for factorizing, it is like in the brackets shouldn't be any common factors, common letters, etc. Second one, 45 minus 27k. 45 and 27. Again, we have just common factors, digits, no letters. 45 and negative 27 by 9. So the highest common factor for them is 9. 45 divided by 9, it will be 5. Negative 27 divided by 9, negative 3 and k. Let's check. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times negative 3k, negative 27k. Third one, 12ab plus 7b. 12 and 7. We don't have any common factors for them. They're coprimes. So that's why we have to look at the letters. Do we have common letters? Of course we have. In the first one, B, and in the second one, B. So this B will be before the brackets. 12AB and this B will be written before the bracket. So just 12A, 7B, and this B will be written before the bracket, just 7 in the bracket. Again, let's check. B times 12A will be 12AB. B times 7, 7B. Next one, y squared minus 9y. Here again, we have to write before the bracket common letter or digit. In this case, we have common letter. Y squared, what does it mean? It means like y multiplied by y. So y is the common letter. I will write it before the bracket. Y squared, it was 2y. One of them I wrote before the bracket, so only one y will be in the bracket. Minus, the same minus here, 9y. I wrote this 9 before the bracket, so in the bracket will be just 9. Let's check. Y times y will be y squared. Y times negative 9, it will be negative 9y. 8t minus 32t squared. 8 and 32. They are both divisible by 8, and HCF for these two numbers will be 8. 8 before the bracket, but also we have common letter t and t squared. I can write 8t. 8t divided by 8t, it will be just 1. We can write 0 because if we will divide the same thing by itself, it will be answer 1. Then minus 32t squared divided by 8t. 32 divided by 8 will be 4. It was t squared, 2t, one of them before the bracket, so only one of them will be in the bracket. Let's check. 8t multiplied by 1 will be 8t. 8t multiplied by negative 40 will be negative 32t squared. 16gh plus 28gf. 16 and 28. The highest factor for this two numbers, it's 4. Also, we have common letter, G. That's why before the bracket will be 4G. What in the bracket we will write 16GH divided by 4G. 16 divided by 4 will be just 4. G is before the bracket, so only H will be in the bracket. The same thing about positive 28GF. Positive 28 divided by 4 will be positive 7. G before the bracket, so only F in the bracket. 4G times 4H. 4 times 4 is 16, and GH we will write here. The same answer. 4G times 7F will be 28GF. So we did it correctly. Next one. 21W square Z minus 77WX. 21 and 77. Both of them divisible, and their highest factor is 7. That's why 7 before the bracket. W, Z, W, X. So common letter is W. I write it before the bracket. Next, 21W square Z. Next, divide by 7W. 21 divided by 7 will be 3. W square will be in. And Z, you just have to copy. Negative 77 divided by 7 will be negative 11. W before the bracket, so only X in the bracket. Let's check. 7W times 3WZ. 7 times 3, 21. W times W, W square. And just see 7W times negative 11X. 7 times negative 11, negative 77. So I hope it was clear for you and you catch all the information. So thank you for your attention.
This conference will now be recorded.